If you are staring at the ceiling between 2 and 4 a.m., you are experiencing the most common sleep complaint among adults over 55. That silent, frustrating wake-up is not always caused by stress or anxiety. The truth is, sometimes it is simply a physical demand your brain and gut are making. We are going to fix it tonight. We reveal 3 specific, evidence-backed snacks that prevent this cycle. These are not heavy meals. They are simple, strategic bites designed to keep your blood sugar stable and your nervous system calm through the hardest hours of the night. But first, you must understand the wake-up trigger, because simply grabbing any snack will often make the problem worse. We are saving the single biggest snacking mistake, a mistake many people think is healthy, for the very end of this discussion. Let's talk about that 3 a.m. panic. When you sleep, your body uses fuel steadily. If you haven't eaten a stabilizing snack in the late evening, your blood sugar eventually drops too low. This low level triggers a primal survival mechanism. Your body panics and floods your system with cortisol, our main stress hormone. Cortisol's job is to force your liver to release stored energy, giving you a survival jolt. That rush of energy snaps you awake, often leaving you wired, unable to return to deep rest. Our goal is to interrupt this pattern. We need a snack that is small, digests slowly, and releases its nutrients at the exact right moment. We are looking for an anchor, not a complicated recipe. This is about strategic nutrition designed for the aging body. We prevent the blood sugar dip, thereby preventing the cortisol spike. But timing is everything. Eating a snack right as you climb into bed disrupts digestion and often causes problems like reflux. Your system must work when it should be fully resting. If eating too late backfires, when is the exact right time? We call this the 90-minute window. You must aim to eat your small, strategic snack between 90 and 120 minutes before your head hits the pillow. If your bedtime is 10 p.m., this means eating between 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. This window allows the food to clear the stomach and enter the small intestine, where the gradual release of nutrients begins. Getting this timing correct is critical. If you miss this window, skip the snack entirely. Eating too late often creates more problems than it solves. Master the timing rule first, even before you change the specific food you choose. Now, let's look at the 3 snacks that address the 2 primary physiological causes of night waking: the blood sugar crash and nervous system agitation. Our first strategy focuses on calming the central nervous system. This is the Magnesium Mover. Magnesium acts as a powerful natural relaxant. It regulates neurotransmitters that signal your muscles and brain to slow down. If you struggle with restless legs, teeth grinding, or just general tension when you lie down, magnesium may be the key. Why is magnesium often the missing piece, especially for those over 55? Because absorption declines with age and our diets often lack mineral density. The ideal source for sustained absorbable magnesium is a small handful of almonds or walnuts. And I must emphasize small, about a quarter cup or 1 ounce. Portion control matters here. Too much fat and fiber can delay digestion excessively. Here is the simple hack for this snack. Pair your small portion of nuts with a few pinches of cinnamon. Cinnamon is linked to improving insulin sensitivity and helping stabilize blood sugar. Eating the nuts with the cinnamon gives the healthy fats and protein an extra boost in keeping that glucose curve flat while you sleep. The gentle warmth and spice also aid digestion, which slows significantly as we age. If you find this information simple and useful, please take a moment right now to tap the subscribe button below. We are committed to giving you practical, crystal-clear steps to improve your vitality, and subscribing ensures you never miss these easy, evidence-based tips. Let's move to the second powerful nutrient strategy, which we call the tryptophan transport. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid. Your body requires it as the raw material to create serotonin, our feel-good neurotransmitter, and ultimately melatonin, the hormone regulating our sleep-wake cycle. If you lack tryptophan, your body struggles to produce sufficient melatonin for a full, restful night. But tryptophan is picky. It needs a ride to cross the blood-brain barrier. That ride is provided by a small, fast-acting carbohydrate. The carb spike helps clear a path, allowing tryptophan to enter the brain effectively. The ideal delivery system? A small shot of tart cherry juice paired with a high-protein dairy item, like a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt or a small shot of kefir. Tart cherries naturally contain low levels of melatonin, and their sugar content provides the necessary ride for the tryptophan found abundantly in the dairy base. Look for pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice. Mix just 2 ounces with a small plain shot of kefir. Kefir, being fermented, delivers beneficial probiotics that support gut health. Remember that the gut manufactures the majority of the body's serotonin. A healthy gut is a massive step toward better sleep quality. But how do we get picky tryptophan past the brain's gatekeepers? By using that minimal carbohydrate boost, you ensure your brain gets the raw material it needs delivered with the right transport vehicle. If you dislike tart cherry juice, the principle holds. You need a tryptophan source, like pumpkin seeds or dairy, paired with a very small simple carb source, maybe a teaspoon of jam on top of your yogurt. But the cherry/kefir combination is highly effective due to that natural melatonin bonus. We have addressed muscle relaxation with magnesium and neurotransmitter production with tryptophan. Now we confront the primary driver of the 3 a.m. wake-up: blood sugar stabilization. We need the blood sugar anchor. This snack must break down slowly over the longest period possible. This is where complex carbohydrates, coupled with a tiny bit of protein and fat, shine. This combination prevents the severe blood sugar drop that forces the cortisol release. The best blood sugar anchor snack is a small serving of oatmeal or whole grain crackers with cheese. Consider the oatmeal. Although we usually save it for morning, a small half-cup serving of plain, slow-cooked oatmeal, avoid the instant packets loaded with added sugars, is a phenomenal evening anchor. Oats are rich in soluble fiber. This fiber forms a gel in your digestive tract, significantly slowing the absorption of glucose. The result is a steady drip of energy, not a quick flood, which stabilizes your fuel until dawn. If oatmeal feels too heavy late in the evening, pivot to the whole grain cracker and cheese strategy. Select 1 or 2 dense whole grain crackers. Look for seeds like flax or chia for added fiber. Pair this with a thin slice of hard cheese, like cheddar or Swiss. The complex carb provides the slow-burn fuel, and the fat and protein in the cheese act as a second stabilizing layer, ensuring that anchor holds firm until morning. That cheese protein also contributes tryptophan, providing a bonus sleep benefit. Remember the timing rule. Consume this substantial, complex snack 90 to 120 minutes before bedtime. If you're waking up at 4:30 a.m. hungry, what does that tell you about your current snack? It means your anchor was too weak. Adjust your portion size or use a more fibrous anchor, like the oatmeal. If you wake up at 1 a.m. with discomfort, your portion was likely too large, or you ate it too late. Adjust the timing and size until you find your personal sweet spot. These 3 strategies work because they address the root physiological issues causing your sleep fragmentation. Now, let's close the loop we opened at the beginning. We need to talk about the biggest snacking mistake people make, which often involves something marketed as a healthy choice. The biggest mistake that ruins night sleep is consuming high-sugar, fast-digesting carbohydrates right before bed without any fiber or protein to stabilize them. This includes large apples, handfuls of raisins, or, in some cases, pure dark chocolate. Think about that large apple you eat at 9 p.m. It seems healthy, full of fiber, but that fiber primarily hits your large intestine much later. What hits your bloodstream immediately is fructose, a natural but rapidly absorbed sugar. Why does eating that seemingly healthy apple at 9 p.m. guarantee a 3 a.m. cortisol surge? Because the sugar creates a quick spike in blood sugar. Your pancreas rapidly releases insulin, driving the sugar down just as quickly. This sharp high-low swing triggers the cortisol response around 2 a.m. You created a blood sugar roller coaster when your body needed stillness. The same principle applies to many items: pure honey, sweetened teas, or even certain dense energy bars. Even high-quality dark chocolate often contains enough sugar and, crucially, enough residual caffeine to subtly disrupt the nervous system just when relaxation is needed. Always check the cocoa percentage and the sugar content if you plan to use chocolate. If you crave fruit in the evening, the swap is simple. Always anchor it. Instead of a plain apple, slice the apple thinly and eat it with a tablespoon of peanut butter or a few pieces of cheese. The fat and protein slow the sugar release, transforming the apple from a sleep saboteur into a stable, healthy snack. Never consume simple sugars on their own before bed. We must also consider adaptations, because what works for a person at 60 might fail for someone at 80. Our digestive systems become less efficient as we age. We produce less stomach acid, meaning food stays in the stomach longer, increasing the risk of reflux. If you suffer from acid reflux, high-fat foods, even the healthy fats in nuts can be potent triggers. What if you have severe acid reflux? We need one crucial adjustment. Rely heavily on the Tryptophan Transport, kefir or low-fat yogurt, and the lightened blood sugar anchor, crackers. Keep the portions absolutely minimal. If even a small handful of nuts causes trouble, you might need to try a liquid-based option, like a gentle protein drink made with milk and a tiny bit of highly digestible oat powder. Also, be aware of how medication timing interacts with your strategy. Many common medications, especially for blood pressure or blood sugar regulation, influence your stability overnight. You should never adjust your medication schedule, but use your snack to complement it. If your physician has you taking a medication in the evening that tends to lower your sugar, ensure your blood sugar anchor is robust, perhaps leaning more on the half cup of stabilizing oatmeal. This entire strategy is not about adding complexity to your life. It is about simplifying and streamlining. You don't need all 3 snacks every night. Identify your main sleep hurdle and choose the corresponding snack. If tension keeps you awake, focus on the Magnesium Mover. If you wake up hungry and wired at 3 a.m., focus on the blood sugar anchor. Start small. Try one new snack tonight and observe the difference in your night waking over the next 3 days. Simple, step-by-step changes lead to the most significant improvements in your overall vitality. Remember, the quality of your sleep directly impacts your energy levels, your cognitive clarity, and your mood the following day. We deserve rest that is restorative. Reclaiming your vitality begins when your head hits the pillow. To recap our strategic approach, use the 90-minute window for optimal timing. Deploy the Magnesium Mover, small portion of nuts with cinnamon, to relax the nervous system. Implement the Tryptophan Transport, kefir or yogurt with tart cherry juice, to provide melatonin building blocks. Finally, anchor the night with the blood sugar anchor, oatmeal or crackers and cheese, to prevent the cortisol spiking crash. If this guide gave you even one simple, actionable idea, please tap that like button right now. Your likes tell YouTube that this information is valuable, helping more adults find these simple keys to better sleep. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Silver Smile and Bites and ring the notification bell. We are here every week providing clear, evidence-based guidance on nutrition, movement, and mindset to help you live a life full of energy and purpose. Take this information and apply it tonight. Don't let those early morning hours steal your peace anymore. Here's to deep rest, sweet dreams, and waking up truly refreshed tomorrow.